Hello everyone and welcome back to One Piece. This is episodes 831 to 834. I'm looking forward to this. It's been a little while since I recorded this. I recorded the previous video super early and then I'm recording this one, you know. I'm not recording this one late, but I'm recording this one at the same time that I normally do. So there was a bigger gap between last video and this video. So yeah, I feel like I think it's probably been like a week since I watched One Piece, which, you know, when you're doing 2 videos a week, like going a week between watching One Piece is quite a long time, but yeah, it's been a while, so I was trying to like catch myself up on what happened, and I looked at my notes, and yeah, I see Katakuri, Observation Haki, Future, and now I remember we were in the tea party. The tea party has begun, and there's some crazy shit going on already. There's like assaults on the tea party happening, and we're getting to see sort of how badass the defense is against it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to these episodes. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what these episodes are gonna be. I don't know how sort of fast-paced the tea party section of this show is going to be. Like, you know, we've gotten to the tea party, which is going to be a big event, and some shit's going to go down here for sure, but I don't know if it's going to be like they're going to slow it down to a crawl a little bit in, you know, to get us built up to the big event, you know? Like, I guess sort of like Marineford, you know? Like, Marineford was such a big event that each episode only kind of had like 1 or 2 things happening in the anime, because there was just a lot of shit going on and they wanted to slow the pace at the same time. So like, that's kind of what I'm imagining is like could be the case here, where it's like, oh, the tea party maybe will be a big event, but there'll be only like each episode might only have 1 thing happening in it or something. So I don't know. I'm not basing that off of people telling me that or anything. People haven't told me anything about the pacing or anything of this arc, and I like that people haven't, because I don't really like. I like not knowing right now. I like not really knowing what to expect from the quality, because I've got hopes that it'll be good, and so far it has been great. So far I've been having a great time. So we're gonna jump into episode 831. Please make sure to support the video if you can. Liking, commenting, and subscribing, all of that stuff helps me out a ton, and you can go to my Patreon account, which is down in the description below. That will have the full length reaction and early access, which means you can get the next at least 3 weeks of One Piece videos on there in full length version right now. You can also join my YouTube membership down below to get 1 week early on edited videos. So no matter what, there's something there for you, or you can just stay here and support the video for free on my main YouTube channel, and that works too. So yeah, let's jump into this. This is One Piece episode 831. One Piece, woo! All right. Recap Rubik's. If you are new to this channel, this is the Recap Rubik's Cube. It's a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and my goal is to beat the recap. Alright, this is as far as I got in this cube. There was a love heart in that title. So this episode is going to be called Nami Attacks, the return of Impact. Back when she used the impact dial in Skypiea. That's a cute little, there's little figures. Want to practice pudding? I would ask Pudding to practice, because she's not going to do it on the day. So she is a good actress. Oh, he's in there. That's clever. I was thinking about trying to figure out where he was. Get back in. Oh my god, don't screw up the entire plan. Oh my god. He's just done with them. Compote. Oh my god, man. Okay, but maybe not me talking about it out loud. I was gonna say, the door? Oh my god. Did this guy fucking give up the play? Oh, it's the special mirror. Or the picture or whatever. I forgot what it was. I think it's a picture, right? Yeah. Nice. Mother Carmel. Mother Carmel looks cute. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Alright, she doesn't want to talk about it. The plan's working so far, except for speaking about it in front of the door. Nice. I like a beeping snail. What are you doing here? Gotta knock him out. Knock him out. You just cover for him. Those guys, they're good. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, that works too. Everyone just gives her a treasure chest. I mean, yeah, she's a big pirate. She loves treasure. It is pretty exciting. Like, it could be anything in there. Could even be a boat. The tomate box. I forgot what it's called. Tomate box, yeah. Oh my god. His fucking outfit. I mean, the door's seeing all of this. Maybe the door can't, you know, the door can't move. Oh. 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 Damn. Alright. Well, we dealt with the door. He's resting up. Aww. Aww. They're all comfy. Look at Nami using Chopper as a pillow. Oh yeah, and let them sleep so that they don't fuck up the plan. That's so cute. Okay. Oh my god. Are we like starting the plan in this episode? Because that would be crazy. I thought there might be a lot more faffing about. We have a Sanji pudding combo. Oh, he's starting to fall for her again. Just remember how she was acting when you eavesdropped on her. But she's such a good actor. Look at the blush. Oh my god. He's not gonna fucking dodge at the time when he has to. Oh my god. At the time when he has to dodge the gunshot. Jesus Christ, Sanji. I thought you left this behind at Fishman Island. Oh my god, dude. Looks like kind of a fun party. I think I hate this guy. Yeah, I do. I hate him. Yes, of course she gives an evil look. Everyone's rested up and ready to go. Luffy's still got a bit, but he does need rest. All that fucking fighting that he did. She's practicing. Oh my god, the switch. I think here we go. Time for some pretty important shit. The ceremony begins. Hell yeah. It really does look like a fun party. Like, imagine if Big Mom was just a good guy, you know? This would be great. They call them the evil army. Wow, cool. Yeah, they just accept that they're evil. Yeah, he's distracted because Pudding is touching him and the bloody wedding, like the red wedding. Man, what a crazy episode. I mean, I think what's crazy about the episode to me is that was like the setup episode, but where the wedding bit's starting now. I thought there was gonna be a lot more fucking around before the actual wedding started. So I'm glad that there isn't, because that means next time I click play, maybe some shit's gonna go down, you know, like when. Okay, so if it was an actual wedding, like if this was, you know, we were watching actual footage of a wedding, then there would be a lot of ceremony, a lot of things to say before they get to the bit where they kiss, right? How long do weddings normally take? I don't know. Like, let's say half an hour to an hour, like the actual wedding bit, not the reception or whatever. I don't know how long. I'm not married, guys. Big surprise. I don't know how long a wedding generally takes, but I would guess like the actual main wedding part isn't that long. It's like half an hour to an hour. But you know, most of that is fluff. The bit that really matters is the vows and then the exchanging of the rings. Like, yeah, I really think of it as bride walking up the aisle, vows, exchanging the rings. Do you take each other? I do. Kiss each other. And that's kind of it, right? So like that stuff could all be covered in an episode easily. So I wonder if next episode we're going to have the smashing of the picture actually happening, because that's going to be, I feel like it's going to be intense from then on out. Like that it's I can't even imagine how this is gonna play out, because there's gonna be crazy shit happening. I feel like it's gonna just become a free-for-all. Insane. I didn't even think about the fact that Luffy and the rest of them could just hang out in Beji the whole time. I thought they were like just somewhere else. They were outside and they were gonna like launch in there or something. Like at the time, I didn't even consider how they were getting in. But that's clever. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, why wouldn't you be in his castle? And it's like, it's not like they can search his castle every time, or maybe they could, and they just don't think of it because Beji's like, you know, on their side. He's a good guy, a good guy. They don't think he's gonna betray them. I wonder if, when Big Mom finds out that Beji betrayed him, I wonder if it's gonna be like a, oh my god, how could you? I didn't know you had that in you or whatever. Or if she's gonna be like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Or if she's gonna be like, I knew that was happening all along and I was ready for it, because she's like scheming. You know, I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like I've got a decent read on Big Mom right now. And I think the read that I've got on her is she's cunning. Like, she's good at coming up with evil plans. So we've got that. But I don't think she's not intelligent necessarily, I don't think. I think she's good at scheming just because she has pure evil intentions. Or, you know, not purely evil, but because she has, like, because she is unashamed of who she is as a person, her scheming, like, really shines through because she just does it in full force without thinking of the consequences, because there are no consequences to her because she's strong enough that it doesn't matter. So I feel like she's not like a master of plans, you know? Like, I think, like, Doflamingo was pretty intelligent. I'm just trying to think of like the other villains. Doflamingo was pretty intelligent. Caesar Clown was like book smart, but he's too naive when it comes to like people and the rest of the world because he's got a big ego. Who else we got? What other characters? Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria, I feel like, is actually surprisingly smart. That's just the vibe that I get. I'm just gonna look at the names of the arcs. Punk Hazard, Fishman Island. Horty wasn't smart. Horty was an idiot because Horty not only are racists stupid when people are racist, like, not only does that already prove you're stupid, but also because his plan is so like short-sighted and dumb. Like, his plan was to, you know, have all those drugs or whatever, but it's like they were clearly gonna fuck him up, and so even if he beat Luffy, his plan was never gonna work. Like, it was really dumb. And then, yeah, I mean, we had Marineford. There's not really a main villain there. But yeah, anyway. So, like, I was just thinking back to these characters and trying to think, like, okay, like, how smart have the villains been that we faced so far? And yeah, I think Big Mom's, like, I think we've come off of one of the smartest villains in Doflamingo, right? He was very, very clever. So, I'm just trying to figure out if I think Big Mom will suspect it or be able to piece together what's going on. I think if she gets a few clues, she could piece it together, but I don't know if she's the type to get the clues based off of hunches. Because she's a very impulsive person and she's a very, like, singular-minded person, I feel like she's gonna get too distracted by everything else. And also, I think she lets her guard down. Right? I don't think she has her guard up very much because she doesn't need to. Again, because she's fucking strong. So I think she's like so relaxed about things. She doesn't worry about people betraying her or whatever, because if they do, she just kills them and moves on. So yeah. I'm going to be interested to see how this plays out. Can't believe they killed that door. That door was eavesdropping and I was like, oh no, the door listened in, this is gonna be bad. But then they just killed the door, which is cool. I like that. All right, let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 832. I'm so excited. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. And that's a cube complete. Okay, this episode's going to be called The Destruction Begins. The assassination plan kicks off. Oh my god. That Jinbei trying to wake up Luffy. I mean, he needs a lot of rest. Ask like Nami and stuff. I feel like they know the way to wake up Luffy. Get some meat. Yeah, he's probably exhausted. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. Oh my god. It is a stupid look on his face. She's like, don't touch me. Oh, she's such a good actress. Like, I get won over when she does that. I like that when they're doing her being cute. When they're doing her being sweet, the voice actress is still delivering it the same way she was before. Sometimes when we find out, they change the scene to be like, oh, well, obviously, it's more obvious to tell now. Oh my god, another song. This is insane. Yay! Oh my god, here we go. It's just gonna, what, grow out of the ground? Whoa! Oh my god. Wow. Jesus, man. Crazy looking. It's nice that she praises her workers, I think. Like, Big Mom has some nice qualities. I think it makes her more interesting. She's not, like, 1000% evil. Damn. I was gonna say. It's a rude comment. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. How's this gonna play out? In the palm of her hand. That's a wide teacup. Compare that to my teacup. She's ready to die. But she's not ready for Sanji to die. Yeah. Have they gotten Luffy awake yet? Did the food work? Oh, here we go. There we go. Yeah, bring the meat with you. That's fine. This is pretty late in the ceremony that you say this stuff, right? That's like towards the end. Oh my god. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, future sight, yeah. Oh, this is so interesting. The kiss is happening now! Yep. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so curious. How's this gonna play out? Oh my god, it's so tense. Oh my god. By the way, it's a tea party and I'm actually drinking tea at the tea party. I didn't do this on purpose, but I'm scared about what Katakuri's gonna do. I'm scared Sanji's not gonna... He's gonna be distracted or something. At her cleavage. Oh. Third eye. Yeah, okay. Oh. Oh my gosh. Is this part of Sanji's plan, or did he just, when confronted with it, oh my god. Has she actually fallen for him? Because no one ever calls her eye beautiful? Oh my god. Oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, she's been told it's a creepy face her entire life. Oh my god, I think she might have actually fallen for him, maybe? Uh-huh. Oh. That's, I mean, interesting depth to a character. No, specifically told her to grow her hair to cover it. Aww. Oh god! Okay, just cutting the hair so that you can see it. Aww. Aww. I'm glad I've always kept some affection for Pudding so that this backstory can comfort me a bit. Aww. Oh, the voice actress. Oh, she's doing a great job. Oh my god. And then she became what they said she'd be, a monster. Oh my god. Screw you for making it hard to kill you. Oh. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Oh, the priest is gonna try to kill Sanji? And then Katakuri sees him dodging it. Oh shit! Whoa! Was Katakuri trying to hit Sanji there? And then Sanji dodged. Yeah! Oh shit! Impressive of Sanji to dodge an attack from Katakuri. Wow. So, I mean, it looks like the priest got shot because there was a shot as he fell over. It's so interesting. Nobody knows what's really going on. Like, what really to do now. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! All duplicates of Luffy? Oh my god. I think the one that's eating is the one that's... I guess several of them are eating. Oh my god, this is so crazy! We're actually getting this shit started. That was really cool. I like that a lot. And I mean, yeah, so it was very appropriate that I got tea. It wasn't on purpose, and I actually don't drink tea very often. It's kind of just like I craved tea like a week ago or a week or two ago, and we didn't have sugar at that time. And look, my tea is like really, it's you know, real tea drinkers are gonna be like, there's not really tea, but my tea is very baby like. I was craving it a few weeks ago. We didn't have sugar, and so I was like, okay, I have to wait. Well, I have to wait until we grocery shop and get sugar. And then we got sugar recently, and I went downstairs looking for a drink. I saw the bag of sugar there, and I went, let's have some tea. And then I came up, started watching One Piece. I was drinking the tea, and then a character on screen was drinking tea, and I went, oh my god. I lined it up. That's crazy. Anyway, but it's possible that just watching the Tea Party episodes like ingrained in my head that tea was a good idea. It could happen. Anyway, yeah, just great episode. I'm so glad we've like gotten started the actual like shit going down. It's really exciting. And I liked the way that they did this. It's like it's a nice, like, we had heard the plan so many times. We knew exactly what we had expected to happen. And so it was really just about what is going to go wrong or what is going to happen differently. And the way that it was set up is really interesting. So Sanji, as they were doing all the setup, was starting to fall for putting a little bit again, at least purely like the character she was playing and her looks. Like, you know, he likes, I mean, he's the same as me. That's the problem, right? Is that like I will criticize Sanji all the time, but he's the same as me. And so Sanji knows that pudding is horrible, but at the same time, can't help but I think give her the benefit of the doubt at times, and also like appreciate the good things about her as well as hating the bad things about her. And so he can be in a conversation with her and be like, well, you know, she's horrible, but also she's so cute, you know, and like this seems so sweet, and like he's fantasizing about it a little bit. And then at that time, she looks up, shows off her third eye, and expects him to be grossed out by it, and he already knew it was there, which I think helps, right? But he said it was the first time he's seen it close up. And just like being right up next to the eye and looking into it, she's like, that's gorgeous. And that's what like really turned the tides. And I think that's super interesting. Now I'm just really wondering, like, where do we go from, because like, it's really nice that they gave Pudding like a little backstory to show, you know, why she considered herself a monster and like, you know, became as horrible as she did. Is, you know, people treated her like shit because of her third eye her whole life. But I'm just thinking, like, sometimes I can't help but think about through the eyes of a lot of viewers out there, and it tends to be when a character betrays you this hard, people get like so unforgiving of that character forever, you know, because they like betrayed you. Like the worst thing in a lot of people's mind is like if a character seems like an incredibly nice person and then you find out that they were playing you. People go so far in the other direction while watching it. I don't tend to do that very often because I don't think I'm a very spiteful person as well. So for me, I'm like, oh shit, that's sad that I got betrayed. But then I don't tend to like absolutely hate them. I just like try to look for, you know, I try to see like what aspects of what I liked about them are actually in them, you know? Sometimes a character will betray you and then you find out that they betrayed you, but like still, you know, 80% of who they were is still them, you know? I'm trying to make sure this doesn't go cold. So, like, sometimes you'll find that out. And sometimes it's like, no, they're a completely different person, but they still have legitimate reasons, or they're still human, they're just not the human you thought they were, you know? And I always look for stuff like that in these sorts of characters. So with Pudding, I was really sad that that she had betrayed us. I also was like kind of embarrassed because of how much I was gunning for her character. But I was not but I didn't go to hating her. And then like, and you know, I went to kind of hating what she's doing without fully being like incredibly hateful of her. I no longer wanted, because I said before she betrayed us, I said all I wanted was a happy ending for Pudding. That went away when she betrayed us. I didn't want a happy ending for Pudding anymore. I was fine with her not getting a happy ending, but I still was looking for the good in her. And when people tend to go super far against on like the person who betrayed you, like hating them, it also tends to be a little worse, not to get preachy, but it tends to be a little worse when that character is a woman as well. I'm not saying every person who hates those characters are misogynist, because those characters are designed to be hated. But like when I think about those sorts of characters, I think about a lot of female characters. And then with male characters, like sometimes people skew it as more badass, but with women it tends to skew more as like, oh, they're such a bitch. But that, you know, I'm saying that to then also acknowledge my own bias of, but I have the opposite problem where I tend to be more forgiving of the female characters and less forgiving of the male characters when they fuck up, you know, which, you know, I can acknowledge. I think we all have biases. Everyone has biases. I don't think I've watched a lot of reaction YouTubers out there, on a bunch of different shows and stuff. There are like several reaction YouTubers that I consider to be closer to my what I consider to be my type of watching, my brand of watching TV, which is like kind of an anti-judgment. I try to watch TV without being too judgmental on the characters, on the story, on the writing, on it, like all this stuff. I try to, like, not judgment free, but I try to be very mild on the judgment. And instead, like, try to take in the story and the characters and everything that it's giving me and try to think about it from all sides. I try to do that a lot while I watch TV. There are other reaction YouTubers that I found that have that similar brand, you know, that's also how they watch stuff. Every single person, every single reaction video YouTuber that I've seen watching stuff, they all have their biases and you can pinpoint exactly where they are. They all have like a thing that they won't let go, or a thing that they're too forgiving of, or a thing, you know, like every single person ever. So, like, you know, I'm just very open about my main bias, I would say. I'm always super, super open about the fact that I am forgiving of women and I'm harsher on men. And because I'm very open about that bias, I think also people level it more as a criticism towards me. Which I don't think is fair, because I think a lot of other people have heavy biases and they just like pretend they're not there, and so people just, you know, mostly ignore it. But I think it's fine for me to have biases and be open about them, because it's an interesting way to take in the, like, you're seeing how I actually authentically take in the story. So anyway, all this to say, that's why I was a little more forgiving of Pudding. The reason I started this whole tangent is I'm sometimes thinking about how other people might react to these sorts of scenes. I wonder what percentage of people watches that backstory of Pudding and goes, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, oh no, oh, people called her ugly. Well, she's a bitch. Fuck off. You know, like, I want, how many people did that? Because I could see there being a big percentage of the audience that think that, well, you know, not in those words. They might not use terms like that, but actually like take in that backstory, but generally while watching the backstory go, well, you can't make me sympathize with her now. You know, sometimes people also straight up do that, like, and this is them acknowledging their own biases as well. So this is, you know, it's also something to consider. But sometimes people will go like, look, I hate this character. Nothing, like, I don't think there's anything you could do to make me like them again. And I think that is very stubborn and not a great way to consume media, but that's the way they do it. And, you know, if that's how you get enjoyment out of media or whatever, then that's all right. It makes me a little sad and frustrated when I see people react to stuff like that. But I do think, you know, in the same way that I acknowledge my biases, that's them acknowledging their biases. So maybe it's hypocritical of me to say that I don't like when people do that. But yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to think, like, is this being set up for a redemption arc for Pudding, where, like, she actually does kind of get a happy ending, but it's like, it's the real Pudding, not the Pudding we knew, but it's the actual Pudding, and we, like, find out, you know. So in my what's this arc called? Whole Cake Island arc prediction skit that I did a thing where Big Mom was like, oh my god, I actually kind of got one right. Cause like my prediction skit so far has been like very wrong, right? The only things that I've gotten right so far are Ichiji and Niji. Like I got those two right, like their names. I didn't get their personalities right, but I got their names. And you know, I don't know. There's really not much that I got right. But what I did get right, which I've just realized, but in a weird sort of way, is there's a part in it where Sanji goes, it's like, says to Big Mom, it's a shame someone so beautiful has to be so cruel, or something like that. And then Big Mom goes like, beautiful? You're saying I'm beautiful? And like she sort of like has a moment there, right? And I put that in because I was like, I think Sanji could be the kind of person who would compliment like a woman on things that they don't expect to be complimented on, because they expect Sanji to be more shallow. And that's what happened here. It didn't happen with Big Mom, but it happened with Pudding. He called Pudding something that she found ugly about herself, or thought other people thought was ugly. He called that beautiful, and that's what took her, like, you know, threw her off balance. So that's kind of a correct prediction, just in the wrong area, but I'm counting that as a win. I would give myself a point for that. That's pretty good. But yeah, I put that in there because I think that's something about Sanji. I like when you have characters that are simping, like that kind of simp for women or whatever, but they allow those characters to be pretty, like, really open and cool about it with lots of different women, you know? They're not as superficial. I really like when stuff does that. Like Ryusui in Dr. Stone, like, says, you know, it calls women beautiful or whatever and stuff, and then he says at some point, like, all women are beautiful, and there's just like a bit where I can't remember what it is, but I think there's like a woman that you wouldn't normally consider to be stereotypically beautiful or whatever, but he specifically like calls out that she's beautiful as well, because all women are beautiful and whatever, right? And it's like he was doing kind of like, originally he seems superficial, but then you learn more about him and you find out he's he's actually just complimentary to everyone, even though it's, you know, even though he seems superficial on the surface. So yeah, I like that, and I do like that Sanji calls the third eye beautiful. Like I think that's a nice moment. But yeah, I mean, this is a good episode. I can't wait to see what happens next. So let's jump into the next episode. This is episode 833. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Okay, this episode, that's how far I got the cube. This episode is gonna be called Assault on the Tea Party. Luffy and his clones strike. So how'd they get, because surely this is, what's her name's power? The Mirror Girl. Yep, so how do you get her to do it to you? He brought all the animals. Did you just, like, is it just implied you just beat her up until she does it? It's so funny using this power against Big Mom. Oh my god! What the fuck? Oh, she's pissed! I mean, he's saving pudding for now. Oh my gosh. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I bet you were. She's gonna go crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wedding cake. Soul Pocus. Aww. Jesus, man. We should have hold her there. Alright, Nami. Hell yeah. Her earplugs, I don't know if this is on purpose, but her earplugs looks like little carrots. He is a loser. Oh my god. We need to kill Caesar after this arc, just in case. Just to deal with him forever. I remember this, yeah. When he stood up to her and pissed her off. Oh, I love how much she hates Luffy. Like, Luffy really just pushes her buttons and I love it. He might. Oh god, here he is. He's drawn attention to himself. Ruins the entire diversion. Yep. Yep, stuff your face. This is your only chance. I mean, I bet it's delicious. She'd have like the best chefs in the world. Other than Sanji. Second gear! Oh. Oh god! I don't know what that is, but I was thinking it could be Katakuri. Oh god. Yep. Because I thought he would have seen what he was about to do. Yep, he saw it. He saw it. Oh shit. Oh no, this is so bad. Oh god. Oh my god. Katakuri's gonna stop both of them. Oh, that's so sick. He did it with tea. Oh my god. Yeah, Katakuri blocked it. Oh. Mochi mochi fruit. Oh. Good. He covered for Benji. Oh god. Yeah, well, it turns out he might still want to leave, even if you force him to stay. Enjoying the Straw Hats. Yeah. Oh my god. I would say try to destroy the picture now, but Katakuri is still watching. He'd stop you. Oh my god. He's a pirate. A true pirate. Oh my god, I don't think Luffy lets this happen. Stay or life? Yep. Oh god. Oh my god! What? Just like no fear? Is it like if he has no fear of death, maybe? Oh god! No, no fear. A mere emperor. You're lower in status than Luffy in his mind. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's so fucking dope. Yep. Hey, the deal was you take as much lifespan as you can. You can't take any? Not my problem. No way Big Mom just sticks to the deal, so... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Alright, I allow you to leave my crew. Now, you're trespassing. Holy shit. Is that Brooke? Oh my god. It was Brooke. What a fun thing at the end. Like, I saw that weird looking guy and I went, what the fuck? Who's that? But but it's Brook, and he's just in a human disguise, I guess. And that's so dope. Him just like walking up and doing it. Like, I feel like it's, you know, Katakuri. It wasn't even like a major thing that he did, you know, like he wasn't doing a huge motion and Katakuri wasn't looking at him, he was looking at Luffy. Like there was a lot of stuff going on, so it makes sense that Katakuri wouldn't be able to like, because you can't see absolutely everything everywhere. So so it makes sense that that's an opening. It reminds me of in Mob Psycho, how they're having trouble dealing with the teleporting guy, and then Reagan just like walks up and defeats him because Reagan's so casual about it. Like that's the sort of scene that this reminds me of, and I really like it. That's so great. That was a good episode, man. So tense. And yeah, Jinbei is an absolute G. I mean, this guy has no fear, and that it's such a dope thing to stand in front of her and say like, all right, let's make a deal. I can leave your crew. I'll let you take as much of my life as you want. And then she can't take any of his life. And he's like, well, yeah, if you're not going to take my life, that's it. See ya. I'm retiring right now. It's so great because it's like, he knew he had the strength to be able to stand up to her and be able to not have any of his life stolen. Or he didn't know, but he was so confident in himself in saying like, if I am not strong enough and she kills me here, I didn't deserve to be on Luffy's crew anyway. So that's like where his conviction comes from. And I think that's so cool. He has so much respect for Luffy that Luffy to him is like, he's calling him the future king of the pirates constantly, you know? He truly thinks that Luffy is the top dog, and so Luffy is on the same level as Gold Roger. So like an Emperor of the Sea is nothing compared to Gold fucking Roger, you know? It's so interesting. I love seeing that through Jinbei. Yeah, that was really entertaining. It's funny that Luffy like gave himself away. It's so classic where it's like, oh, we have this perfect plan where there's lots of distractions and Luffy isn't being paid attention to, but then he just goes like, I'm right here. But man, Katakuri is such a cool character. He's really awesome. He's like just dope in terms of his design, in terms of his voice, in terms of his powers. And like his, the seeing into the future thing and sort of how smart he seems to be as well, or like aware, I guess, more than smart, is just really, really awesome. So I love the way that they've built up that character. He's like a genuine terrifying threat. And yeah, I mean, that's so good. So yeah, with between like him and Smoothie and like a lot of these other, like, it's a scary crew to be facing. I don't know how we beat Katakuri. I don't know who even beats Katakuri. Like, if we have, like, Luffy could do it maybe, but I feel like he's on Luffy's like combat level at like, you know, I think he's higher than Luffy's combat level. But what I'm saying is like, that's, if anyone's gonna be able to fight him, I feel like it's Luffy, because Luffy's the strongest fighter we got right now. If Zoro was here, I think I would say that I think Zoro, maybe that's how Oda would swing it, is Katakuri is Zoro's enemy. But Zoro's not here. So like, no offense to the other Straw Hats, but who, like Sanji, maybe, but I don't even know if Sanji's going to be a part of this fight, you know? And I don't know, like, I know it's unfair for me to be acting like, oh, well, Zoro could do it, but Sanji can't, because, like, we really don't know which of those two is stronger. But what I mean, I think, is, like, I feel like Katakuri also feels like he's stronger than Zoro right now, but Katakuri feels like a Zoro enemy to me, you know? He feels like he matches Zoro's vibe very well. That's why I was saying that. But in terms of who I actually think can take him, all I can think is Luffy. But I feel like Luffy's got to take Big Mom. So unless Luffy has to take both Katakuri and Big Mom, maybe everyone else takes Smoothie and the rest of them, but that's also seems crazy. But so who would take Smoothie? Because Smoothie is also a general. She's theoretically incredibly strong as well. So who can we? Pedro and Brook. I mean, Brook has shown that he's a fucking badass when he was fighting against Big Mom. So I don't know. I really have no idea, but I'm really excited to find out. This is dope. And I think we're gonna move on to the next episode. So this is the next episode and the final one we're doing in this video. This video went by quickly. Episode 834 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Oh, that's the title. Jesus, what the fuck? That's how far I got. I thought there was gonna be way more. And the music, normally the music like chills out before the title. Alright. Hey Big Mom, look at your picture. Look at your photo. Here we go. Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Make sure your earplugs are in. I just realized it's supposed to look like Luffy. It didn't look like Luffy at all to me. I thought it was just supposed to look like a random guy. Maybe she's gone through therapy. People are like, he's peeling his face off. How terrifying. Oh my god. There's no way this plan works. Yeah. Oh no, she's distracted. Oh no! Oh! She might... Yeah, she might not shriek. She's just in a daze. Yeah, I mean, all the stress compiling. But sometimes when someone's grieving so much, they just go quiet. Come on, Brooke, you can take him. Oh my god. It's crazy that that's the timer. Waiting until she freaks out enough. He's gonna be like, no, we have it handled. Yep. Yeah, not giving you back your weapons. Here we go. Oh my god! She just went for it? Jesus! She finally like snapped out of it. God damn! He's like, I know. He already processed all that emotion. I love how cool he is. How many bullets does that shit have? There we go. You made yourself feel like you were evil and a monster. Oh my god. Oh my god. He saved her, I think. I'm trying to remember, which guy was this? Was this the baking one? Daifuku. Minister of Beans. Oh, right. Oh, I had it. Okay. In my head, I've been thinking of, oh my god, he's got a genie! What the fuck? I'd been thinking of, Katakuri as the bean guy. I mean, yeah, that's kind of true. You kind of don't, but don't hit her. Oh! This fucking genie's wild. And I did notice that his attack was called like Genie Uine something. I'd feel bad for you, but you're a horrifying guy. Oh my god. God damn, I mean, since this genie can like, is overpowering Sanji, it makes me scared for just how strong the bean guy is. But maybe this is his main attacking power. If you beat the genie, the actual guy's not too bad. Yeah, fuck him up. Nope. Is Benji pissed at him? Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yes. Brooke said he knows what's going on, right? Brooke was like, oh, I get why she's not shrieking. Oh, yeah, because this is the baking guy. Jesus. He uses heat metal with every punch. Kinda, yeah. Oh my god, Petro. For him to still be using the sword. Yeah, I would hope so. Oh my god. Is Brooke pretending to die? What the fuck? What's happening? Oh. Oh my god. Oh, this is happening now. Oh shit. Wow, they're very calm. What the fuck? They're just so... I mean, this is what happens when they don't have proper emotions. What happens when you make monsters? Yeah. They don't react properly to situations. That's what you wanted. I mean, these are two characters I'm frustrated with fighting each other. I don't know what I want. I mean, I want Sanji to save his family. She's dealing with her own shit right now. Oh my god. Getting photos of the moment he gets killed. And he's crying in the photos. God. I didn't expect to see this side of him. Thought he'd just get pissed. Yeah, it was too much shocking shit. Oh my god. Yes, you went overboard. Katakuri, Katakuri. Oh boy. Oh. Oh shit. That's why he's coming to deal with it. Cause it's gonna work if we do it right. It's good. Honestly, actually smart to call it that. Because people don't know what it is. So that's why he was he wasn't calling them earplugs. That's smart. Oh my god, he's not even hiding it anymore. The music! Oh my god. Oh my god, Sanji! Is he gonna hit Paris Parrot? No, he's still here. Oh my god. The music's so sick. Mm-hmm. Sick, man. So cool. There's another great episode. That's so much fun, man. And shit's really going down. It's happening like it's doing it like I want, where like there's constant stuff going on and I don't know what to expect, and they're actually like progressing these plans and doing shit. Like it's really entertaining. I'm loving it. All right, so yeah, I kind of in my head made a mistake where in my head I remembered we got introduced to several characters, right? I thought Katakuri was introduced as the Minister of Beans, as well as being a general. Like, I thought, you know, generals also have, like, a minister thing that they are, you know? Like, I thought, you know, Smoothie would be, like, the Minister of Smoothies or Minister of Juices or something, you know? And Cracker would be the Minister of Biscuits or whatever, right? That's kind of what I thought. Now, I don't know if they do have a ministership or if they are straight just the generals. But yeah, so in my head, it was like Katakuri was the bean guy because he was like flicking jelly beans at people. And so I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. He's the bean guy. But he's not the bean guy. The bean guy was a different guy. I remembered that there was Oven or whatever his name was, the baking guy. I remembered he existed, and I remembered Katakuri, but I forgot the one in between. So now that when he showed up, I was like, hang on, what? Who's this guy? Because in my head, it was like we'd seen them already. But yeah, so that's the small mistake that I made here. But I really like the detail of like Veggie looking at Katakuri and going like, all right, the plan's gonna work, and him explaining it as like Katakuri's coming over here and looking kind of freaked out. The only reason he'd be doing that is if he just saw the future, and the future does not go well for them. So that means this is good, you know? And so the thing that you think is like, okay, Katakuri can read the future, theoretically, so he sees what's going to happen and he can always stop it. But if you think about it on another level, if you, like Benji, if you can read Katakuri, if you can see like his reaction to what he sees, you can then counter him. So he's countering the future that he sees, and then you're countering him to stop him from stopping the future to come to pass. I think it could be really clever. It can come together quite nicely. And I like, you know, simple stuff of just being able to see very small glances into the future. Is like, you know, when shows do that, it can be very effective. Mushoku Tensei kind of has that. His eye can see a little bit into the future. And what's the other one? I mean, Night Eye does small glances into the future, but he also does big glances into the future. So that one's a little different. And Night Eye from My Hero Academia is what I'm talking about. But I know I've seen it in a few other things before. But I like it. I like when series do it because you can do some fun stuff with it. But as I said, Katakuri is just such a cool character. And yeah, good point that they have in this episode of like too much shocking stuff happened. Like Big Mom is not an emotionally stable woman. She took too much in that it doesn't even feel like real to her yet or anything, right? She really cared about that cake. That really freaked her out. Luffy coming out and there's a million of Luffys freaks her out. The tea party stuff freaks her out. Jinbei leaving the crew freaks her out. Jinbei being able to withstand her soul thing freaks her out. And then the picture being broken freaks her out. And Pudding not doing what she thought Pudding was gonna do. Like Pudding actually like breaking down crying and stuff freaks her out. Like that's way too much shock to happen in such a short time. So like in a way that's, you know, that means they had a good plan because the plan was good enough to like really batter her over the head with like so much horrible stuff, but it went too far. Like there was too much stuff happening that it really like screwed them over. So they need to like recenter her and like kind of snap her out of it so that they can drag her back down again. I just think that's an interesting way to do this. It's not what I expected to be the case here, but it makes sense once you think about it. I like it. And I mean, yeah, it makes sense, especially like they've established she's the sort of person that kind of shuts down when her emotions get too much. I mean, she has the hunger pangs and stuff. That happens because she can't control herself properly. So yeah, really good stuff. We saw the Vinsmokes are about to get assassinated, and the whole idea of like, well, they aren't properly human. So you've made these guys that aren't, they don't have proper human emotions, and then when in a time where you want them to be freaking out, you're looking at them and you're like, why aren't they freaking out? He's like actually looking at them and going like, oh, maybe I did fuck up. maybe I should have, maybe I should have humans as sons rather than whatever this is. Which is interesting. Like they could possibly be setting up, you know, Judge being kind of grateful for the fact that he still has Sanji and Reiju who are kind of human. I think it could be interesting. I'm just so curious to see where Oda takes this storyline, because I think there are some brave things that you can do to try to redeem these characters like Pudding and Judge, who are like characters that we see as like really villainous, horrible people. So like can he bring us back around on them, and maybe not like redeem them in such a way as like you forgive what they did, but redeem them in a way that is like you want them to survive at least, you know? You want them to still be around. You want, because like, I mean, right now I want Sanji to save them, but only because Sanji wants that, and I think that's what we're supposed to be feeling right now. But are they going to be able to bring us around on it enough for Judge to do something awesome, and we're getting hyped for it by the end of the arc, you know? Like, someone else is about to die and Judge saves them. Then we can have some cool shit going on, you know? Maybe Reiju's about to die and Judge saves Reiju or something, you know? Maybe Sanji's about to die and Judge saves Sanji. Maybe he sacrifices himself for Sanji. I can see that happening as well, because as a writer, it, like, sometimes it's like, characters will do stuff that it's like you don't know if the audience is ever going to forgive them. So a really good way to do it is to have that character, you know, go through their redemption and stuff, but then have them sacrifice themselves for the character, so that it's like you're kind of pleasing the audiences, because you're like, either you forgive this guy and you're like sad about his death, and that's, you know, good story beat, or you never forgave him and you never could forgive him, but at least he's dead now and he went out doing a good deed, so you're gonna remember him for that good deed, you know? So like either way, it's a good way to sort of trick the audience into redeeming the character, you know? Like the audience can pretty safely be cool with the character because they went out like that, because they died like that. So I feel like that could be where Judge is going, where like, so that we don't have to deal with like, should we forgive him or not? You kill him by having him sacrifice himself for Sanji. I'm seeing that as a potential thing that could happen, but I don't know. Anyway, that is One Piece episode 831 to 834. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. You can get the next 3 weeks of One Piece full-length on there right now, or you can get the next week on my YouTube membership down below of edited videos. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.